Hello, everybody. How are you? Just a couple of things I wanted to share, which are very profound, very inspirational. A man once dreamed like this. In his dream, he saw Jesus come down to bless so many people that are lined up to receive his blessings. This man waited with much patience and anticipation, and it was his turn finally after much waiting. And he was with the bated breath. He was waiting to see what and how God would bless him. And to his utter surprise and shock, God said, "I know you love me anyways, so I'm not going to bless you." And he just passes to the next person. Did you hear that? "I know you will love me anyways, so I will just move on." Just imagine how much of trust and confidence God has on this person about his trust in God, that he will love God and love people, continue to follow God, even if he doesn't receive blessings. Same goes with suffering. I was listening to a testimony of a missionary. Her name is Helen Roseveare. I think she was from Ireland. She is from Ireland. She served as a medical missionary doctor in Congo during World War II. And at one time, she was attacked in her own apartment, brutally abused and violated. And she was, at that moment, she was like, "Why, Lord? What good can come out of this?" And she sensed God telling her something at that moment, which was not super clear in that, how horrible that night was. But it took 3 months for her to come out of that. And she actually asked God to tell her what he said on that horrible night. And this is what God said. "Can you thank me for trusting you with this experience, even if I will never tell you why?" I'll repeat it. "Can you thank me for trusting you?" This is God telling Helen, Dr. Helen. God is asking Dr. Helen to thank God for trusting her with this experience, even if God will never tell her why he allowed that suffering in her life. Same thing with the dream of that man. The level of confidence God has in his children who are willing to serve him and love him at any cost, with or without blessings, with or without reason. She could easily say, "What good can come out of this experience, God?" But later she says, her trials, her troubles, her suffering has actually drawn so many people to God when she shared the gospel during that time of troubles and trials. Then before, when everything was fine and she was a doctor serving the very same people in the very same place, no one cared to hear the gospel and receive God. When she was jailed, she was once taken to help another person deliver a baby. She was in the prison. The guards just came her and made her walk, or just asked her to go help this other lady who was about to deliver a baby. I mean, Dr. Helen herself was in such bad shape and state because she was in the prison. She was beaten. so many trials. And at that time, when she actually went to help that lady deliver the baby, she shared the gospel. And all those people, there were like 70 people, it seems. They all believed in Jesus because they saw Dr. Helen in such troubled, suffering state and still proclaiming the news of gospel of Jesus. Let's examine how we are serving and loving God. With all these blessings on us, around us, within us, on our lives, how much are we? And she says she did not receive a special call for missions work, it seems. The night she was transformed, the night she actually believed in Jesus, she understood how much the Savior means to her and the Savior's work on the cross meant for her salvation. And she says, that's it. I didn't ask or receive separate call for missions. The night I realized the work that God did on the cross for me, that was enough for me to go and tell the whole world of what God did for all of us. That is a challenge to all of us tonight. I hope we'll take this as a challenge and an inspiration and ask God to help us serve Him and love Him in sincerity and in truth.